Y'all, I'm in a new room. I'm in my sunroom. See my shelf of junk. Also, I got these new earrings and I did my makeup again and I have on real clothes. I have on jeans. So I'm really excited about that. I'm telling you again, I think I say this in every video that I have makeup on in. If you do your hair and your makeup, you just feel so bougie. I don't even understand why. I even put on this lipstick that's running, but that's okay. I don't know what I'm doing, but at least I'm trying. So here is episode 3 of Here's the Tea Tuesday. I don't record these on Tuesdays. I hope that doesn't make anyone offended, but I post them on Tuesdays so you can drink your tea with it on Tuesday. I forgot tea. Hold on. I got the same tea. This one is the orange tangerine positive energy. I feel like I need lots of positive energy. I need a lot of positive energy. And maybe a psych. Okay, people who love are happy. That's true. Unless they're psychopaths. And then, I mean, technically they're still happy, just the people around them aren't. Okay, here's my tea. And here's the Tea Tuesday. Today's Tea Tuesday is supporting your spouse. Again, all these videos are not from an expert opinion. They're from an experience-based opinion, and they're an opinion. So take it or leave it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something
really sexy
that my husband did, or that he's been doing. He's been taking Emma to school. What? Oh my God. I feel so fancy with this cup. These are my grandmother's. Oh, sorry about that. These are my grandmother's, and it's super cute. I feel like this is going to be way too hot. Okay, so supporting your spouse, something that Brett has been doing is taking Emma to school for me in the mornings so that I can start work right at 7:30. Because even though the school is like 4 minutes away, it somehow takes me like 30 to 45 minutes to get like out the door and then back in the door. And all you moms and dads who take your kids to school can totally relate with this because they're at sloth turtle speed in the mornings. This has been happening for about, I think this will be the 3rd week that he's consistently gotten up, gotten ready. All I've had to do is pack lunch. She's like Miss Independent, so now she packs her own little breakfast, or not packs it. She eats her own breakfast. She makes a little bagel. She puts vegan strawberry cream cheese on top of a blueberry bagel. It's like a repetitive thing. I don't know where she gets it from. So yeah, I'm going to put this tea down now because there's no reason for me to continue to hold it up like this. But isn't it cute? I don't even know what it is. Oh my gosh, it's Game of Thrones. My grandmother, do you see this? This is proof that my grandmother liked Game of Thrones. I mean, right? That's King's Landing. Okay, I'm going to stop. So he's been taking Emma to school. We have been more on like this well-oiled machine that works together, and it's not so divided into like 1950s housework and yard work, and this is what the man is supposed to do, and this is what the woman's supposed to do. Not that like I don't do some things better and he doesn't do some things better. It's just like doesn't really matter who does them better. If someone can't do them or get to them, then you just pitch in and help. It's hot. It is dead sexy when my husband pitches in and does stuff with Emma or things that normally I do. And when I don't have to ask for them, or I don't have to like drop hints or like be passive aggressive in the kitchen late at night after I've eaten a bowl of cereal, which I don't do that. So anyway, Brett has been super supportive with obviously the fact that I quit my job. Was that like the scariest thing in my life besides like 5 other different things? Yeah, totally. But we knew that like God was going to come through and provide for us. And he knew that like I'm not just some deadbeat that's going to try and just like not work, knowing that like we have to make enough money. Not that if you don't work, you're a deadbeat, but you get what I'm saying. We're just not in a situation to where I just can't work. Like we have a lot of bills to pay. We have a huge chunk of debt. Like there's lots of reasons for us to have to work, but both of us have to work. So I obviously have been making these YouTube videos, and it's hard to be vulnerable in front of maybe the 20 people that watch me. Thanks. But it's really way harder to be vulnerable in front of my spouse. And I don't know why. I think because he knows me a lot more intimately than anybody else does. But like literally this morning, I was trying to attach my new Basically B Squared logo into my Basically B Squared email, and it wouldn't let me. And so it was saying that I had to post like a URL. So I was like, okay, does it like want me to link my YouTube? I don't really know. So Brett walks in, he's like drinking coffee, and he's already taken Emma to school, but he came back to make breakfast because again, we're trying to save money, and we didn't wake up that early or early enough. And so he comes in here, and he like doesn't do social media. He's not really on his phone much unless it's like sports. And so he obviously had not watched my Mother's Day video. And I was like trying to link it from my YouTube. So I was like on the homepage, and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, trying to get this to go here. And like, I just can't figure it out. And he was like, what are you doing? Are you crying in there? Are you crying in that video? And I was so embarrassed, even though like all of you guys had watched it, and I felt like really uplifted that other people were struggling with it, and they were like, dude, thanks so much for like sharing your story because I was struggling with this. I actually had like an hour-long conversation with this morning with someone who was also struggling with another situation similar to mine. So way more people are related to me, like can relate to my situation, but for whatever reason, I was like so embarrassed when Brett saw that because I knew he wasn't going to watch it, so I put it out there. Like, never mind, don't look at that. I closed my laptop, and then we just got onto another subject. But I felt like to be like emotionally sexy with your spouse, you have to kind of be in tune with your own emotional stuff, because like it's not their job to make you happy. Like it's something that like you're given. Yes, like obviously this person makes you happy, but if you're not in tune with your own emotional guidance and your own, like if you're not being intuitive about how you're doing, like being self-aware, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're not self-aware of your own emotions, it's going to be real hard for your spouse to be self-aware of your emotions, okay? Preach. Hallelujah. Scrolling through Facebook, and I saw a friend of mine that was like, yo, if anyone's just out chilling and wants to give some advice, totes hit me up. So I was like, okay, like we're acquaintances. Like I like her, kind of hope she likes me. But whatever, we went to school together a long time ago. And so I messaged her, I DM'd her, and I was like, yo, you looking for some advice? How you doing? And she said, okay, so here's the deal. I want to get this right. Hold on. Hold on. So the question was, so basically I just wanted people's ideas of how to keep their relationships fresh and fun. Blah, 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 and I are great, and I can just tell that the routine and everything is bothering us and how other people deal with that. So if you've got some ideas, I'm all ears. So again, I am like not an expert. I had no idea what like advice that this person wanted, but I was just like, okay, stop being a punk, and just like, if you know that you have something to give the world, so why don't you just give it? Again, if you watch my other videos or you've read my blogs, my mom's death has kind of forced me to become this like really weird, emotional, intuitive person. So thanks, Mom. I really appreciate the path that you've put me on. And so it got me thinking about how sexy it's been and like fulfilling in my heart, and like makes me feel really, really good that Brett has been so supportive of me quitting my job and trying to pursue like my dreams and things that I'm passionate about, like helping other people. I've always been a good coach. Again, coaching, I was listening to Tony Robbins. Y'all know these videos are like tree branches. They go everywhere. Stay with me. I'm going to come right back around. So I was listening to Tony Robbins, and something that he said about coaching was that coaching doesn't make them better than you. Like the coach is not better than the player. Like Michael Jordan had coaches. Tony Robbins himself had coaches. All the greatest athletes, players, people in the world had coaches. And so a coach is just someone who loves and cares for you dearly, has, some similarities in personality or similarities in life experiences, and can see your blind spots. Like I will go to Brett all the time if I feel like I'm being really dramatic about something. And I'll be like, Brett, like, am I being crazy? Like, am I, like, is this the right move? Like, what do you think? And he'll either be like, nah, you did wrong. Or he'll be like, yeah, girl, you hit it up. You get that. Boom. That's exactly how our conversations go. And if you knew me and Brett, then you would, like, totally believe that. But I haven't even drank my tea, y'all. Why didn't you remind me? That's delicious. When I responded back, I was like, okay, so this person does photography. And her girlfriend, spouse, is the person in the photos, right? So, like, they're badass. Like, they're so good. Like, this person should just go ahead and quit whatever they're doing and just become a photographer because it's so creative and it's so good that I was, like, blown away. Like, every time I see them, I'm like, oh, like, it catches my attention. I'm like, ah, that's amazing. Fantastic. Wonderful. Did y'all just see that, Donald Trump? Anyway. So I was like, okay, so obviously your spouse is supportive of your photography, right? Because I'm assuming she is because she's the star of the show. And she's beautiful and gorgeous. And so why would you not want to photograph her? What are you doing for her that is totally supportive of her? Something that, like, you're not going to receive anything back on. Like with Brett, like, we watched the Carolina Panthers. Do I give a crap about the Carolina Panthers? No, but yes, because of the association with my sexy husband, right? Like, he likes it when we, like, participate in sports things. So that's why we do it. And then in return, and you always do get something in return when you serve someone else, especially your freaking spouse, because, like, we're built to, like, be happy when other people are happy, right? It's all, like, the circle of life. It's great. The response I got, though, because, you know, sometimes we don't always come across the right way or whatever, she was like, oh my gosh, she loves doing makeup. And I just assumed that she wanted to be, like, in the shoots because she likes doing makeup. But I'm definitely going to now ask her, like, if it's fun or if she feels pressured. And I was like, no, I feel like that's not what I was trying to say. I can. I'm cray-cray. Sometimes I don't say things the right way. So I feel like her spouse is probably, like, given her personality, I don't feel like either one of them is, like, timid. So I'm like, I feel like she has, like, enough voice to tell you whatever. So I just responded with, like, I mean, obviously I don't know her very well, but the energy that comes across, like, makes her feel like she wouldn't be uncomfortable telling you if she didn't want to do it. I'm just saying, like, I told her, like, the hottest thing that my husband does for me is, like, support me in things that, like, he has no interest in whatsoever. And so she responded with, like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Like, I didn't even think about it, but she's been, like, wanting to practice makeup on my face and stuff, which, if you're watching this video, I need makeup shots of you. Like, I need to see you bougied up. I want her to go all out, and I want to see it, okay? She's like, I mean, it's not like I don't, like, I say no whenever she asks to do that. It's just that we get busy, or we both have jobs, or, you know, I'm doing a photo shoot, and, like, obviously things that you're interested in will take like priority in your brain. Not that you're, like, suppressing other people's stuff. But, and so anyway, that's when I said the word, like, it's emotionally sexy. And I just loved that word. And I was like, I'm totally keeping that in the bank of weird words that Bailey says. I'm just in the bank. That is what the moral of today's Tuesday's tea is all about, dear. Support your spouse. Brett has been going, like, overextending grace towards me because obviously I've been struggling with my mom passing, having epiphanies of life, trying to create this program, trying to brand myself, all these things that, like, I'm really, really passionate about wanting to do are taking up, obviously, a lot of time. And if you read another one of my blog posts, like, talks about how I thought he was, like, hated my stuff, and then, like, all he really wanted was, like, some help around the house. So, like, don't overanalyze stuff. Have a very candid conversation with your spouse, too. So that's another thing, is you can just have a conversation with your spouse and say, hey, I've kind of been sucking lately. Again, sorry, thank you for all you do for me, and what can I do to make you happy? Because with Brett, like, there's no reading him. Like, he's literally, like, he doesn't know what he wants, so I don't know what he wants. Remember I said that earlier? So sometimes with him, I just have to have, like, a really blunt conversation, like, what do you want? Like, just tell me what you want. Now, for me, I don't want to have to tell you what I want. I am like an open book. Like, you can just read me like a freaking comic book. Like, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But with him, like, he doesn't take offense to me just being like, what do you want? And then he just tells me, and then it's like super easy. With me, I'm like, he's like, what do you want as a gift? And I'm like, literally candles. Like, you could just buy me a candle every holiday for the rest of my life, and I would be fine with it. Because everything else I just want to buy myself. Because shopping is fun for me. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, support your spouse. Happy Tea Tuesday. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm not even that good at it. Maybe I'll practice my British accent or London. I don't even know. Aren't these earrings fabulous? Look at them. Oh my gosh, so cute. Target. Okay, well, have a good day. Thanks for listening.